Hello and welcome to week 11. All right, so what we are making this week is a visual identity poster. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to gather images of things that represent who you are, and then you're going to put them together in Photopea using layer masking and blend modes. Okay, so blend modes will give us this overlay look. So they're kind of transparent. You can see what's going on underneath them. It can give a really cool different look to your images. All right, so there's a couple steps to this assignment. The first step is going to be to gather your images. So if you look here on creating an identity poster part 1, today what you're going to do is gather your images to create your poster. All right, so the first thing you need to do is go to your Google Drive, and inside your graphic design folder that you have for this class, you're going to create a new folder and you're going to name it Visual Identity Poster. All right, so I have mine set up right here, Visual Identity Poster. And then you're going to set up some subfolders inside of that. So to create your visual identity poster folder, what you can do is you can either hit new and go to folder, and this will create a new folder and you just rename it visual identity poster, or you can right click and go new folder and rename it visual identity poster. All right, once you have it created and renamed, you're going to open it up and you're going to create some subfolders. I have 5, you're only going to have 4. This one is for my website, so don't worry about that one. You're going to have a location folder, representation folder, textures, and personal photos. So for your, and again, same thing, to set up a new folder in here, you're just going to go to new folder and name it, the first one is going to be location. Okay, so that's the first subfolder. And inside this subfolder, you're going to come up with some images for your background on your identity poster. So if you look through all of my images, my main image is a picture of the beach. Okay, so you can see in Photopea, if I open that up and I hide all of these other images, you can see that my main image is a picture of the beach. Okay, so that's my background image. So you're going to look for a background of a place, a location that you want to visit or that you have visited that you absolutely love. Okay, so you're going to go to Google and you are going to type in that place that you want to visit. Let's pick a different place. Okay, so just say it was Paris, and then you're going to go to Images, and you're going to change some settings. Okay, so you're going to go to Tools, and you're going to change the size to large. This should bring up all of the large size images of Paris. All right, so let's just say I wanted to use this one. I'm going to click on it, and then over here, if you notice right here, this little box, it tells me what size it is. I need to make sure that the largest number is at least 1000 pixels. Okay, so this one is good. So the largest is 1279. So this one would be good to save. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to right click and you're going to go save image as. And it's named Eiffel Tower. So you can rename it here if you want. I'm just going to shorten the name a little bit and hit save. Make sure it's a JPEG image and hit save. And then I'm going to go back to my visual identity poster, my location folder, and I'm going to upload that picture right here. So I'm going to go to upload files and find that picture and hit open, and it will upload to my identity poster location folder. Okay, so now it's right there. So you're going to save, let's save at least 2 or 3 just in case one of them doesn't work out. You can always have backup, okay? You're only going to need one though, like you're only going to use one, but it's always good to have a backup. Okay, so your second folder is going to be step 3. You're going to create a new folder and you're going to name it rep photos. So this rep photo folder are going to be things that represent who you are. All right, so this could be a college that you want to go to. It could be things that interest you. It could be your religion. It could be your hobbies. It could be your singers. It could be sports. Um, what else do I have? Music artists, movies, religion, sports, fashion, books, university, etc. Okay, so anything that represents you, you're going to pick at least 7 different photos. Okay, so you're going to go back to Google search and you're going to type in, let's just say, I'm going to stick with Tauren Wells because I like his music and I'm really digging it right now. So I'm going to look for some images and let's go with the album cover. So I'm going to right click, and again, because my Google Drive was already, or my Google search was already opened, my settings are still the same. It's still looking for large images, and I'm just going to type in the name. And then if you notice down here, it's still a big image. Okay, so these ones don't matter as much if they're as large. They can be smaller. We can actually go to medium because these are going to be smaller images. They're not going to be the entire background. So let's go with this one. And then this one obviously is smaller, 355 by 355. Okay, so I'm going to write, and if you notice, you can see that this image is way more pixelated than that first image that I had found. So if I change it to large, I think I might actually stick with this one because it's not so pixelated. And then I'm going to save it into my downloads folder and name it, let's see. All right, and then, okay, so this one is going to save as a web file, and that's not what I want. Okay, so I may actually have to click on this image and find the original file. So let's right click on that one and hit save image and see what happens. Yeah, so this one isn't going to be able to be saved for my project, so I'm going to have to find a different image. So we don't want web files, okay? Those are, they're protected by the artist for obvious reasons. So maybe find something else like his logo, and let's see what happens. All right, so this one is good, so I would rename it, and it's a JPEG image, so hit save. All right, now in my representation folder, I'm going to upload that image. So I'll right click and go upload files. So you're going to have at least 7 images of things or hobbies or sports, whatever, that represent you. Okay. In your next folder, you are going to have a folder titled textures. Okay, so what you're going to do with this one is the same thing. You're just going to do an image search for texture backgrounds. If you know what kind of textures you want, that helps with choosing them. You can do is just scroll through them and find ones that you like. I think this one's pretty cool, so I would save this, save image, name it blue texture. Make sure to give it a name so you know what it is. And then, yes. All right, and then inside my folder, I would go to upload and upload that image. So you're going to save a couple. You're not going to use all of them. Okay, so the directions say just a variety. So you could, examples could be newspaper, old newspapers, handwritten letters, sheet music, dripping paint, text, just a random texture search, bricks, vintage paper, images of rain or clouds. So if you do that, you could go to rain images and see what comes up. And then you could come up with some really cool textures that way too. So like this one, or this one, or even the ones on the window are pretty cool. Okay, and then you would just save them. Rain on window. That way you know what it is. Hit save. Upload it to your drive. And it's always good to have these types of images for other projects as well. So It's always a good thing to have textures. Okay, so your last folder is going to be personal photos. So inside this folder are going to be images that you have on your phone or on your maybe already on your Google Drive of images that represent you and the people that you love. Okay, so I don't have one of me just by myself, so I picked some pictures of me and my family, and I have to use multiple because I can't leave just one of my kids out, right? I have to have all of them. So I picked all of them. You only need one, okay, but it has to have you in it, and it doesn't have to have anybody else. If you want to have one of just you, that's okay. I don't have one of just me, so I'm going to use one of my family. All right, so that's why I have multiple. So it says in your for subfolder, title it personal, upload at least one image with you in it. Okay, at least one. All right, and then what you're going to do now is you're going to share the main visual identity folder with me so I can make sure that all of your images are in the correct place. Okay, and this is how you're going to earn your grade for this part of the project. So when you go, my folder is open. If I click here, I can go to share. All right, and then I'm going to change this to anyone in this group with the link. I'm going to drop this down and change it anyone with link. Okay, I'm going to hit copy link, and then you're going to go to Google Classroom, and you are actually going to upload it. Let me go to my website and go to a assignment. I'm just going to give me 1 second. I need to actually create a folder. Okay, so I'm going to assign, and then I think I need to add myself. Actually, I can't do this. So then you would just go to your Google Drive and then click add, and you would add it as a link. Okay, and then that way I'm able to access your folder and make sure that all of your images are in the correct location and you have them listed just as I have them listed here. Okay, so remember, you need 4 folders. You need a location, personal photos, rep photos, and textures. All right, so at least 4 photos. And inside your location folder, you need to have at least 3 images of a location. Inside your personal photos, you need to have at least 1 picture of yourself. Inside your rep photos, you need to have at least 7 different images of things that represent you. And inside your texture folder, let's go ahead and do at least 3 textures. Okay, and then you're going to share the folder with me, copy the link, and paste it to Google Classroom. And that's your assignment for today. And then when we meet again on Wednesday, we'll just catch up and see how you guys are doing. And then Thursday or Friday, we will go ahead and get started on the actual project. All right.